You already know what this is. Fresh off the streets of Queens, New York, it's your boy Big Rich, and this is another mob story, aka getting down with the business. Now, before we start, you know what I'm saying? I was talking to my boy Shattered. He's like, yo, I like the smoke intro. So before we start, every mob story from now on, we're going to have a little ritual for me and the fellow gentlemen smokers. You understand what I'm saying? In Queens, we like to say, light up a bean. You got to roll something, you know what I'm saying? Spark that L. Also like to say, let's bless the environment. Let's throw some smoke in the atmosphere. So before we get down to business, allow me to light up and, do what we do. Hold on one second. I mean, get fucking delicious, huh? All right, let's get down to business. Salute to my boy Shadow. Gets me the stories. Bada bing, bada boom. Here we go. Disgracia. What a major rat Sammy the Bull was. But again, always two sides of the tale. You hear videotape, you hear audio tape of disloyalty. Should you remain loyal? This is the question. And this is what I ask about the Tekashi 692. If you got the receipts to prove to me there's, well, we already know he was being extorted. But we're going to, murder threats and you're fucking your baby's mother, etc., etc. Should someone be loyal? Listen, should you be loyal to someone who has been proven to be unloyal? That's the question here. But again, a rat is a rat. You never help the feds ever, ever. Revenge is a dish best served cold. If you gotta get even, you get even, but you never help the feds. I hate the feds. Get down to business. Coming soon, exclusive interview with Sammy the Bull Gravano like you've never seen him before. Ed Scarpo, salute on the article. Quote, come down and put the fucking gloves on with me. I'll show you how scared I am of you. Unquote. Quote, Paul got killed and John Gotti became the boss, but that's not the story. Unquote. Quote, I was basically the guy who planned the hit. Unquote. Quote, I rigged the trial. I threatened the people. I fucking bribed people. This is all fact. And he turns on me. Unquote. Some of those murders tore me the fuck apart. This is Cosa Nostra to the core. This is true Cosa Nostra. Unquote. The quotes prefacing this story are Sammy the Bull speaking in what's billed as the first exclusive interview with the former Gambino underboss since Diane Sawyer spoke to him on primetime television in 1997. Patrick Bet David is the entrepreneur behind Valuetainment, the company that will release the interview with the former Gambino underboss. After testifying against the Dapper Dan, Gravano was relocated out west courtesy of the Witness Protection Program. It was there that Gravano resumed his life of crime and was sentenced in October 2002 to 19 years in prison for heading an Arizona-based narcotics syndicate specializing in the club drug ecstasy. Gravano had been serving concurrent terms issued for drug-related convictions on federal charges in New York and state charges in Arizona. Before and while serving as Gambino boss John Gotti's underboss, Gravano confessed to participating in 19 homicides and oversaw a vast enterprise of extortion, fraud, and other felonies. He took a plea deal with a 5-year sentence and turned on his associates, helping convict John Gotti and other top Cosa Nostra figures. Gravano and writer Peter Maas published Underboss, a book about his life. Then Sammy reportedly went underground in Arizona as a federally protected witness with a new name, an Italian restaurant and construction company. The Arizona Republic discovered and interviewed Gravano about his secret life in 1999 when he told the newspaper, you can't change what you are inside. Facts. A leopard doesn't change his spots. Facts. And let me add on to that what I like to say, know thyself. Greatest advice I ever got from my pops. Greatest advice I share with you. Know thyself. When you truly know who you are, what you're capable of, you will never find yourself in a situation that you don't want to be in. Hold that. While underboss, Gravano operated a loan shark book with $1.5 million on the street. This racket alone put at least $300,000 a year in his pocket. As per his agreement as a defector, Gravano was allowed to keep $90,000 of his multi-million-dollar cash and property assets. He also was given $1,400 a month for living expenses. Still, Gravano departed the Witness Protection Program after 8 months in December of 1995 because the financial aid and security regulations were too restrictive for his taste. Jimmy Moran then settled with his wife and 2 children in Arizona. In February 2000, Sammy the Bull, his wife, his son, his daughter, and her boyfriend were arrested on state and federal drug charges. An indictment accused him of being the boss and financier of a $500,000 a week ecstasy empire. Eventually, in the same Brooklyn federal courthouse where he testified many times as a mafia defector, Gravano and son pleaded guilty to conspiracy. He had been jammed up with the same evidence that Dunn and Gotti, secretly taped conversations and testimony from turncoats. Hey, karma's karma. Gravano was nailed cold discussing drug profits. Talking scrasia. He couldn't sit in Arizona and be a pool salesman or run a construction company, Linda Lacewell, an assistant U.S. attorney, said at the hearing. He wanted the old days back. He wanted the life back, the power back. Arizona authorities seized $400,000 from Gravano's properties and book royalties. Assailing Gravano was incorrigible for violating the leniency and trust extended to him by the government and the judicial system. Federal Judge Alan Ross sentenced him to 20 years. The term was 4 more years than recommended in sentencing guidelines, indicating the government's outrage at Gravano's betrayal. Years later, on May 15, 2003, the public learned that Gravano's arrest saved him from murder. Two mob figures acting on orders from upper echelons of the Gambino crime family were in the final stages of an elaborate plot to kill Salvatore Gravano with a bomb in Arizona in 1999. When his arrest narrowly averted his murder, federal authorities said the case followed a year-long investigation by the FBI's Gambino squad. Thomas Carbonaro, a soldier in the family, was charged with the plot. Ed Scarpo, salute to you, sir. You know what I'm saying? Like the video. Light up some weed. Throw some smoke in the atmosphere. Listen to the video again. Tell a friend to tell a friend. And don't forget to press like, because I don't like repeating myself. I don't like to tell you guys to keep pressing like. It's a fucking, you know what I'm saying? It's like a double-edged sword. You know? It's an enigma wrapped in a mystery, wrapped in a whodunit. You know what I'm saying? Salute to everybody. Have a good evening, all right? We'll talk soon.